cards make up the whole lesson and how it's presented. So you want to get the children engaged with that, and then you can add a question, and then the children, they can add their own cards. They can add a text, they can add a picture, they can add a video. Like today, I wanted them to know what erosion was. I wanted them to know what soil is made of. I wanted them to be able to read an article on erosion. So that was brought into the lesson too. It's always a good idea to make notes in a card underneath, and then you can refer back to it later on, okay? Would anyone like to share something that they learned from reading that article? Just a couple of things, something that you learned reading the article. According to the article, what effect does global warming have on erosion? Maybe Jaylene, you could explain it for us better. Would you be able to explain that?
I think that it's making more erosion because when Earth is heating up, it's like making more waves.
There are times in the skies lesson when the children are working on their own card, but then there's so much opportunity then for them to share what they've done with the whole class. They can post up on the board, they can show their card, you can just put it all there in one place. So it makes it very accessible to the teacher and to the student.
You wouldn't have to wait for the teacher to call on you, and instead you could just type it down.
If there were trees growing here, right, if there were lots of trees growing here, do you think that might have helped to stop all that erosion? Because of the roots, because you said the roots hold onto the soil and stop it from moving. You can annotate onto the pictures, you can do a little diagram, you can put like, write the word erosion, or you can put like, help, I'm being washed away. Think about what you know so far about soil. Go on to the next card. What do you think soil is made of? Write it down in the response, and then let's have a look at what kind of things you think are in soil. Okay, let's see some of our responses. I'm very interested. One of the things I noticed today was the amount of the verbal interaction between the children. Several of my students are English language learners, but you can't really tell because they're just all talking and sharing ideas.
We have skies. Other people know what we think, and the other people who don't, they don't know what other people are thinking.
It makes it more equitable. That way everyone is contributing to a response, whereas if I just let everybody call out, you might just get the same children responding, you know, the ones that are comfortable answering questions. It's not a distraction, it's a tool, because they should see that the iPad is there because you can use it to write on. You can use it as a research tool. How many of you have been to the beach and built a sandcastle? Right, so what happens to your sandcastle when it gets hit by water? Dried up. Right, the particles of sand are big and they allow water to flow through. We're going to study erosion and the effect of adding organic matter will have on erosion. There's two tubs out there full of dirt, there's a scooper. So one group of two is going to be in charge of that. So one bottle has to just have regular dirt in it. Another group of two is going to scoop dirt into a bottle, but they're going to add some leaves and sticks. There's a tub out there that just has leaves and sticks. You're going to sprinkle it on top, like the example. The third pair is going to put some dirt, and then you're going to grab some grass, you're going to grab some vegetation, plants, and you're going to stick it into the dirt. So it looks like you've got a little garden growing. Then you're going to bring all three bottles back into the class, and you're going to put them on the edge of the table. Pour water through the soil until the collection container is full. Post a photo or a video showing how much soil gets carried over, and then make observations below.
If the water reaches up, we need to stop pouring it. Usually what happens is the water here, so okay, let me hold the box. Josh. Oh, too much. Yeah. Water.
The excitement level when they were doing the experiment was very high. So when you see that with the children, they want to do it. You know that the lesson is a success. So at the very end, we gave them a statement, vegetation equals more erosion or less erosion, why? So what conclusion did you come to? So I think you have to put that into the lesson, because if you don't put that into the lesson, then you just finish with the experiment, which is all fun, but then you want them to be able to make that connection.
So in the soil, it's like the water taking little pieces of it inside.
Before when we didn't put the water, it was all like together, and when we put the water in, it was all separated into little pieces.
Which bottle did you notice that the most?
The dirt one.
It becomes a permanent, almost like a science notebook, so they can refer back to it at any time. It's always there. I think it's great for reminding them what they've learned. It's helped me make better lessons, I think, because everything is so accessible.